Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Troy, also known as Live, and in today's video, we are breaking down the brand new teaser for Payday 3, the new logo, the new synopsis on Steam, confirmation that it is not going to be Epic Games Store exclusive, as well as a few new screenshots. There's quite a few things to break down. Overkill basically decided that at the start of 2023, they'd claim the year as their own, and they have quite literally said this is the year of Payday 3. So if there was any doubt still after my release year video that I did a few weeks back, pretty much confirms that 2023 is very much what they're thinking for Payday 3, and there shouldn't be much chance of delay now. Fingers crossed. But just very quickly, I want to thank you all just for sticking around with the channel. 2022 was a year where it felt like we were starting to get back to normal, but I know my upload schedule wasn't quite as consistent as it could have been, so I appreciate you guys sticking around, watching the content, and just let me know what you think of everything I do. I really, really do appreciate that. And also, I just should apologise very quickly again, because somehow I got ill twice in December, so my voice still isn't there, so if you can tell on my throat, I'm basically powering through on some paracetamol to try and get this video recorded because I really want to talk about this news, so if I sound different, that's why. But we're going to be trying something new as well in this video, because I asked you guys ahead of time what you think of Payday 3's new logo. So at the tail end of this video, we're going to be reading out some audience responses. I'm going to try and keep that up going forward. So keep an eye on my community tab, as well as follow me on Twitter at RedArcherLive to keep up to date with whenever I ask you guys for opinions on Payday 3 content, because I'm going to be doing more of these as the year progresses, because as they've said, it's the year of Payday 3, it's the year we're going to be talking about it a heck of a lot more. But to kick off, we're going to start by looking at Overkill's teaser for Payday 3. Now, the only thing I really want to pull out of this is not too much. We've seen the New York City skyline in this teaser, it pans out from the skyline, and then we see our four main heisters, Dallas, Hoxton, Wolf, and Chains. All stood, all silhouetted, looking out at the skyline, but done in a way that looks very reminiscent of the concept art that released when it was announced that Payday 3 was being published by now Plyon, formerly Koch Media, but, you know, their name has changed, as we know. So they've tried to basically recreate that concept art in-engine, because in the trailer it says it's pre-alpha footage subject to change, which means they have quite literally set this up in the game's engine. Does that mean that's what the game will look like? It's not impossible. It does say subject to change. It's a way that they do this thing to kind of cover their backside in case anything changes and you go, this doesn't look like the trailer, but generally that's how it's going to look in game. I'm intrigued, and they've silhouetted it on purpose, obviously, so you don't see how detailed the models are. Hopefully they look very good, but that's as much of a glimpse as we got. We just see this little pan out, and then it goes to this is the year of Payday 3 with a new logo. And the logo is the main point of discussion here, because myself, as well as a lot of other Payday YouTubers, have been making videos using the Payday 3 logo, where it's made in the style of Payday 2. A dollar sign converts into the number 3, and the 3 is green. It's the logo that has been used in Starbreeze's investor relation presentations for the last few years, and so it was something that was somewhat official, so we thought it might have been that, but they have instead decided to go for this logo. And personally, I'm not too sure what to think of it just yet. When it first came out, I was like, oh, very cool, new logo, we're really getting into the flow of Payday 3, and then I looked at it again and I thought, it's not quite as bold, I don't think, as Payday's previous logos. You know, with Payday the Heist, you had the big bold of the heist in red that really stood out, it popped. Payday 2, again, the dollar sign converted into a number that was bright blue, it really stood out. This one's just black and white, and there's nothing particularly unique. I mean, obviously the 3 is slightly bigger than the Payday to try and focus that it is the third game in the title, but beyond that, it's just black and white, and I don't know, I'm not really feeling it that much personally. I think it's good, but I don't know whether it's just missing something, but we'll look at more specific responses from you guys shortly. Maybe I'm in the minority, maybe I'm not, but I do think there's an interesting mix of arguments, so we'll look at those briefly shortly. But alongside this new logo and teaser, you can now view Payday 3 on Steam and wishlist it, which means for the PC fans among you who are a little bit worried that it might be Epic Games Store exclusive, because Plyon, the company who are publishing Payday 3, I know Prime Matter is the actual name, they're a Plyon subsidiary, they have very close relations with Epic Games, and a lot of their games previously have been EGS Store exclusive, so there was a lot of worry as to whether that would happen with Payday 3. Thankfully, it's not happening. We're all good. It is coming out on Steam for PC, and obviously on consoles. I talked about this previously, but it is confirmed for PS5 and Xbox Series X via an accidental release via a presentation. I talked about this in the video previously. We don't know about Xbox One and PS4. I would expect it not to release on there. If it does, it's not going to be the same quality, bear that in mind. Like, we're getting to the point now where next-gen consoles have been out for a while, and there's starting to be more of a disparity between how games look on old and new consoles. Sooner or later, Xbox One and PS4 are going to get left in the dust completely. It ain't long now. So don't expect it to release on those consoles, especially considering this is a company who, as we all know, have not had the best track record with consoles in the past. They're going to want to focus on the things they know they can deliver on, and for me, I'd only put my bets on Series X and PS5, personally. That's just me. So aside from knowing that it's coming out on Steam, PS5 and Xbox Series X, the Steam page has a bit more information now, so I want to just read that out very quickly. It says Payday 3 is the much anticipated sequel to one of the most popular co-op shooters ever. Since its release, Payday players have been reveling in the thrill of a perfectly planned and executed heist, and that's what makes Payday a high-octane co-op FPS experience without equal. Step out of retirement back into the life of crime in the shoes of the Payday gang, the envy of their peers, and the nightmare of law enforcement wherever they go. Several years after the crew's reign of terror over Washington DC has ended, they assemble once again to deal with the threat that roused them out of early retirement. Wishlist now and follow the Steam group to get any updates as we draw closer to launch. So there's your new description for Payday 3, and on top of that, as it says, there is a new Steam group, and within it there is a post from Lazlow talking in a bit more detail about Payday 3, saying that now that they've got a community hub open, I will leave a link to it obviously in the description of this video, you can go and ask questions, and he says they'll do their best to answer, but I don't think he'll answer anything truly groundbreaking like what heists are coming back, what characters are coming back. They're going to keep that stuff under wraps. But we have then 5 screenshots that were put on this Steam wishlist page. Most of them are from the teaser or something we've already seen. So we have 2 shots that are of the New York City skyline and then backing out to show us the crew. They were both in the teaser. We also have the concept art that's recreated obviously in this shot. So what it's been based on, so you can see the concept art version and the in-game engine version, as well as a shot of Dallas holding his mask has been zoomed in on there, so you can see him holding it, getting ready to, I don't know, get back into life of crime. But the interesting screenshot, and the one that isn't provided anywhere else, is the shot of the 4 masks. You can see Wolf, Dallas, Chains, and Hoxton's masks here, and they've taken some damage. Dallas in particular has got quite a few scrapes and dents on it. There's some on Chains as well and a couple on Wolf's, but Dallas is the one I noticed immediately with the damage on it, with the scratch across the stars, some chips on the stripes. So it's trying to suggest that some time has passed, you know? That maybe they're not at their criminal peak when they come back into the life of crime. They've got to get back into everything again. Gives us a good opportunity for some tutorial heists, I guess. But generally, nice to see the 4 masks in Unreal Engine 5. Nothing, or Unreal Engine 4, obviously it could be 4, I'm just guessing at this point. But not much in the way of changes to the mask designs. Obviously there was quite a big change between Payday the Heist and Payday 2. They were more rounded rather than being kind of top heavy and kind of hourglass shaped for some of them. But I quite like them, and they look good. I think Hoxton's has had a bit of a paint job. I think the pink looks a bit more crisp on the non-damaged side of the mask, at least I think it does at first glance. But I think they look good. I think they look very, very good. And it's our first look at something Payday properly themed in engine, because the characters, as I said in the teaser, are silhouetted, so we don't really get to see much there. So those are the new pieces of information shared for Payday 3. The logo, the teaser, the Steam post, and the screenshot. So now, as I said, for the end of the video, I want to look through some user comments from you guys to know what you think about the new logo, because I think the new logo is the most interesting thing, and because I'm on the fence a bit about it, I want to know if you guys are on the fence as well, or if you like it or dislike it. So I'm going to pull a few comments from YouTube and a few from Twitter, so let's do this. On YouTube, there's quite an interesting mix. For example, Rookie Zero has said, I think it represents a tone shift in the next game, but I think the logo looks cool, could do with a bit of colour though. On top of that, we've also got Sawfish saying, in my opinion, they could have stylized it a bit more, but if they were going for a clean and simple design, it definitely does its job. Also, Good Old Lucky saying, I'm mixed on it, it looks good, don't get me wrong, but I kind of wish they stuck to how the logos looked for Payday the Heist and Payday 2. So, a few comments there that are saying kind of what I'm thinking. It does look a bit more sleek, a bit more minimalist, and I get what they're going for, but it does lack that flair I think that Payday 1 and Payday 2's logos had. Bit of a shame, I don't know personally, but that's where I'm sitting, but there are some more comments on either side. Happy Song just said simple logo, I love it. Chili Dogs 23 said I like it, it's nice and simple, nothing too crazy. Dan Tuzo 21 said I like it, it's simple and clean. So there's a good few mixes there of positive comments, but also people like Sam B saying I think it's most likely the logo is going to change, which is very dramatic, saying that you don't think it's the final logo. I don't think it will, personally, because it is now the one they've used as their big announcement for the start of the year where the game's going to release, and they've literally titled it Payday 3 logo reveal. If it was some kind of teaser logo, they wouldn't reveal it, like they didn't do with the Payday 3 one that was used in the investor meetings. They never put that logo out there publicly and said this is the logo. It was just there for investor calls, and people like me saw it and ran with it. You know what I mean? It wasn't publicly put out there. This one has been. I don't see it changing personally. So, interesting mix on YouTube, very interesting mix. But over on Twitter, we're seeing quite a few comments that are more on the negative end, so let's read through a few of these. Elena has said it falls victim to the simplification all big corporations do, but somehow still keeps the Payday feel a bit. I do get that. It does feel like they are trying to keep it nice and simplistic, and maybe it is a big corporate decision, make it simple, and then, you know, less is more kind of thing. Again, not sure about the lack of flair though, personally, we'll see. Edward said, it's definitely one of the logos of all time, much like Morbius is one of the movies of all time. It's very similar to other logos, it doesn't really set apart from other IPs in my opinion, it lacks the Payday flair. It's true. It's simple and black and white. There isn't much to it. I don't feel like if you put this logo against a bunch of other logos, there's much to make it pop. When GTA 6 no doubt gets its official reveal in the next couple of years, I mean, we know it's coming, but when that comes out, I highly doubt we're going to get Grand Theft Auto 6 and it's all just going to be black and white. When Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, there was a big green V. When 6 comes out, I imagine everyone keeps saying it's going to be a pink VI because it's like 80s, you know, Vice City kind of thing. There's going to be some colour there. If there isn't, I'm going to be truly shocked. I just think if you want your logo to pop, you don't have to have everything be bright and colourful like some of my older YouTube thumbnails, because blimey, I don't know what 2015 Troy was thinking with some of the stuff he did, but just have a little bit of colour to make it pop, catch someone's eye, and that does the job. I think it's a shame that there isn't really that much in regards to that in the logo, personally. Backside of the TV has said it's sleek, stylish, and I think it fits the tone of the heisters going into the future of the Payday gang, especially going into a new town. Interesting, someone who likes it a little bit more. Stephen Piro has said, new game, new flavour, give it time to shine. Minnie has said, I'm going to go against the grain and say I actually like it a lot. The Payday 2 logo is recognisable, sure, but the new logo feels like a breath of fresh air. It's simple but not minimalist, it fits the New York theme, as well as with the sleek border. Excited to see what's to come. And finally, just to really round it off, Eldovaman Targaryen has said, Lord knows I'd smash. I don't know how you smash the logo, but good luck with that, buddy. But that's everything new for Payday 3 for the start of 2023, and I will say one thing. All the way through, I said that Overkill needs to make a teaser to get people talking about Payday 3. And they've already had, I think, well over 1 million views for the trailer on Twitter. Everyone's talking about it, everyone's sharing it, Overkill is seeing so much interaction. And all they did was make a teaser that showed the logo and a couple of silhouettes. It's what I've been waiting for them to do for literally years, and I'm very glad they've finally done it. Obviously, we're going to get proper trailers close to the time, no doubt. This is just a teaser snippet, just to claim the logo, basically. But I'm glad we got a video. Just having some kind of video to share is so important for this kind of thing. So I'm really, really glad they've done that. But it's interesting to see the mix of responses. Like I said, I'm still on the fence. I don't think it's a bad logo. I just worry about the lack of flair. But again, there's a few people who are being very positive here and saying that it's a breath of fresh air. And Payday 3 is going to be the first game in the series where it's going into it with quite a lot of attention. Payday the Heist was a very more indie style reception. People played it, but it wasn't played to death the way Left 4 Dead 2 was. Payday 2 was similar at launch. It had a bigger launch, but it's become more popular as time's gone by. More people know the brand, the IP, the name, the content of it. It's getting more popular as time goes by. Payday 3 has a lot of eyes on it. A lot more eyes than Payday 1 or Payday 2 had, so they've got to hit the ground running and get people hooked. So maybe because it is a breath of fresh air, because it is a new step in the Payday universe, and because it's finally moving on from diesel engine, trying to be bigger and bolder, they need a logo to accommodate that. I get it. That's fair. So with time, maybe I'll like it a lot more. We'll find out, I guess. But so far, I'm excited to see what happens to Payday 3. I mean, we all are. So whenever we get more news, as I've said, I'll be here to talk about it. And hopefully, not with a really strainy voice, because I can already feel my throat closing in on itself from recording this video. But if you have enjoyed the video, please do feel free to give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so to keep in touch with all Payday 3 and Payday 2 news on all platforms, PC and consoles. In case anyone wants to know where I'm thinking about Payday 3 and the platforms it's going to get released on, my focus is going to be console. I will no doubt get Payday 3 on PC as well to experiment with mods when they come out. But as far as I'm concerned, I am going to be buying it on Xbox Series X because I want to play it on consoles. Console is the platform I've always loved, and it's the one I've always wanted to bag. So if anyone's wondering about how I'm going to be going into Payday 3, I'll probably be getting it on PC and Series X, but Series X will be the platform I play on the most. If there is cross-play and cross-progression, perfecto, because it means I can literally just play on whatever platform and all my progress is carried over no matter what I play on, who I play with. It'll be great. I'd love that. But we will find out. We will soon find out. Who knows? Either way, thank you all very much for hanging out. Very soon I will have a brand new Payday 3 trailer edit I'm trying to work on. Hopefully I can get that finished and get it out. I'm mentioning it here because I think there is a very good chance. Currently I'm editing it to the style of Ant-Man 3 because that's coming out in a month and I feel like it's good to kind of tie it in with a big trailer release. Not sure whether to change it to Guardians 3 though. In fact, let me know in the comments down below if you're still watching. Would you rather see a Payday 3 trailer in the style of Ant-Man 3 or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Let me know. Let's see what people think, and then maybe I can accommodate it and say, we're close on the Ant-Man one, but I might try it with Guardians. Who knows? Or maybe I'll do both. I don't know. We're not getting any full trailers just yet. I'm going to ride it. Let's go for it. Why not? But either way, I will see you all very soon with a brand new video. Thank you all very much for watching, and once again, thank you for all the support in 2022. I will see you all very soon with a brand new video. Until then, look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you all soon.